Let's configure Cloudera's distribution for Hadoop. As we get started, we'll need to name our cluster and specify how many nodes are present so we can optimally configure values later. On this next page, we'll configure our name node. First, we'll enter the host name and some information about the machine's configuration. Next, we'll specify the metadata paths. This is the most important data on your cluster, so you'll want to take care to store one copy on each physical disk, as well as an additional copy on NFS or some other remote file system. The last parameter specifies how much time elapses between when a file is deleted and when it is actually removed from the cluster. The default value gives you 24 hours. On this page, we'll configure our secondary name node. On smaller clusters, this can be the same physical machine as the name node, but on larger clusters, you may wish to configure an additional server. Since we only have 10 nodes, we'll just use one server. Like the name node, we'll specify multiple paths to store the metadata. On this page, we'll configure our job tracker. If you have a small cluster and are using the same machine, there's nothing to do. If you have a larger cluster, you can specify an additional server here. On this page, we'll configure our slaves. We'll specify how much memory and how many cores the machines have, and how much total disk space they have across all their disks. Next, we need to tell the task tracker where they can store intermediate data. Again, taking advantage of multiple disks will improve performance. Now we need to configure the data node. We'll want to specify one directory for each disk available. That's it, we're done. Now we download this RPM and follow the instructions provided.